For such a simple structure, there sure is a lot to keep noticing. For instance, this crosspiece that's been here at least a year is an upside down limb. It gets narrower and narrower. And the added third piece is the horizontal that I was pointing out yesterday. And on this end of the horizontal, it's held up by this barkless, or largely barkless, leaner. And at the top, it's got a little break, little snap like that. And it's actually leaning on another leaner that seems to have grown there. How is it going to hop over there and then go up here and be largely barkless too? Yesterday I made a mistake in editing the footage. I fast forwarded something important, which is these two pieces leaning up on here, whereas you can see that last summer they were not there. Just a little ways down the trail from the tool shed, there are some pretty obvious indications all clustered right in this area. I'll show you. One is this tree probably fell from right there, but this part of it wound up on the other side of this tree, which there's just no angle for it to happen from there, and it's now angled in very differently from the rest of it there. And right behind this situation we have a young birch tree snapped at like 20 feet, 18 feet high, going down, 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 between these two, to cross over this one that happened to fall just on top of this to form an intersection, an X, whatever you want to call it. It just seems kind of far-fetched, if you know what I mean. But even more obvious, we'll show you above. There's no place for it to fall from. And it's, of course, tightly wedged between these two. Oh, what is it about wedging that they love so very much? And to add credibility, here's another wedging situation, also with a hanging break that didn't come from anywhere above. If it possibly broke off from here, then how's this going to get all the way over here? And again, wedged. Right here, it looks like a tree with no bark on it, but it turns out that it didn't grow here, and it was pushed down in the ground. This isn't a root. This is part of the bottom of the tree that was pushed in there. So it was leaned up in here. Anyway, you can find this kind of stuff around, but nothing anywhere near as elaborate and blatant as behind the tool shed. So this is why it makes me think that it's a solitary visitor. That although I've scoured the whole area, this is the only very obvious structure, and it's right by my house. Feels really purposeful and really related to my property. And also, I've never heard any of the typical knocks, wood knocks around here, like singles and doubles from different directions, which I think is a group communication, coordination behavior. I've never heard that. The only percussion is what I recorded that time last August, which was Music Man's typical drum riff. And I think that's more either meant for me to hear, or his own solitary behavior, not communicating with anyone. This cross piece, the top one now that goes out horizontally on the other side, bends around this and then back through there. And just like that tip is bent back, look at this one. You guys might be getting bored with all this attention to this structure, but I'm not. This may end up being our chess set for this summer. Okay, when I dragged that out of the way, this one automatically slid back down in place. So now I've reorganized, refurbished the teepee structure. And this tree is here. We'll see how he handles this. This is kind of a peace offering, and tonight I'm going to leave some gifts and the audio recorder. See what happens. So now it's the evening, and got this light stick as a gift. So I was thinking maybe this is treating him like a child to give him a gift like this. And then I realized, no, I like these. I would love it if someone gave me these. People like these. They're not just for kids. They're fun. Alright. That's where the audio recorder is. Not far from this party gift. This party favor. So last night the gift wasn't taken, and there was nothing on the recorder except a middle of the night, very distant howl. So tonight I'm leaving it here along the trail, maybe 150 yards from the tool shed. So deeper into the woods. After 4, I get this possible percussion. And at 3:54 in the morning, just before dawn this time of year, this happens. And I'm going to ask you to let me know whether you think this is a bipedal something or a quadrupedal something.